There is a difference between being poor and being broke. Broke is temporary. Poor is eternal. The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. The faster you can make a decision, the more likely you'll be able to seize opportunities before someone else does. Most of the time, life does not talk to you. It just sort of pushes you around. Each push is life saying, "Wake up. There's something I want you to learn." I've learned to focus on what I do have control over, myself. And if things must change, first I must change. Rich Dad explained this point of view over and over, which I call lesson number 1, the poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Buying or building assets that deliver cash flow is putting your money to work for you. High-paying jobs mean two things: you're working for money and the taxes you pay will probably increase. Be truthful about your emotions and use your mind and emotions in your favor, not against yourself. A job is a short-term solution to a long-term problem. If you don't first handle fear and desire, and you get rich, you'll only be a highly paid slave. Money is the carrot, the illusion. If the donkey could see the whole picture, it might rethink its choice to chase the carrot. The rich know that money is an illusion. Intelligence solves problems and produces money. Money without financial intelligence is money soon gone. Rich people acquire assets. The poor and middle class acquire liabilities that they think are assets. An asset puts money in my pocket. A liability takes money out of my pocket. If your pattern is to spend everything you get, most likely an increase in cash will just result in an increase in spending. An intelligent person hires people who are more intelligent than he is. Most people must keep their job and rely on their wages to fund their acquisition of assets. Wealth is the measure of the cash flow from the asset column compared with the expense column. When there are enough assets to generate more than enough income to cover expenses, the balance is reinvested into assets. When your assets generate enough income to cover your expenses, you are wealthy, even if you are not yet rich. The rich focus on their asset columns while everyone else focuses on their income statements. Too many people forget to mind their own business. They spend their lives minding someone else's business and making that person rich. If I have to work there, it's not a business. It becomes my job. Keep your daytime job, but start buying real assets, not liabilities. Think of it this way: once a dollar goes into your asset column, it becomes your employee. The best thing about money is that it works 24 hours a day and can work for generations. The old money people, the long-term rich, build their asset column first. Then the income generated from the asset column buys their luxuries. The poor and middle class buy luxuries with their own sweat, blood, and children's inheritance. An important distinction is that rich people buy luxuries last, while the poor and middle class tend to buy luxuries first. With money comes great power that requires the right knowledge to keep it and make it multiply. We all have tremendous potential, and we all are blessed with gifts. Yet the one thing that holds all of us back is some degree of self-doubt. Often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. If your hunch is wrong, and what you've been counting on doesn't happen, how can you turn a lemon into millions? That is financial intelligence. If fear is too strong, the genius is suppressed. Take risks. Be bold, let your genius convert that fear into power and brilliance, advice that will terrify some, because so many play it safe when it comes to their money. People who avoid failure also avoid success. Financial intelligence is simply having more options, figuring out ways to create opportunities or altering situations to work in your favor. Simple math and common sense are all you need to do well financially. Job security meant everything to my educated dad. Learning meant everything to my rich dad. Job is an acronym for just over broke. I recommend to young people to seek work for what they will learn, more than what they will earn. The ability to sell, to communicate to another human being, be it a customer, employee, boss, spouse, or child, is the base skill of personal success. The most important law of money: give, and you shall receive. People are so afraid of losing that they lose. If you have any desire to be rich, you must focus. Do not do what poor and middle-class people do, put their few eggs in many baskets. Put a lot of your eggs in a few baskets and focus, follow one course until successful. A savvy investor knows that the seemingly worst of times is actually the best of times to make money. Invest first in education. In reality, the only real asset you have is your mind, the most powerful tool we have dominion over. A truly intelligent person welcomes new ideas, for new ideas can add to the synergy of other accumulated ideas. Wise investors buy an investment when it's not popular. They know their profits are made when they buy, not when they sell. I would venture to say that personal self-discipline is the number one delineating factor between the rich, the poor, and the middle class. The rich know that savings are only used to create more money, not to pay bills.